Duelists. They say it's not about the destination, but what is more important is the journey one experiences. You've been rocking with your boy all this campaign to understand what has been going on in the dankest of Links legendary rankings. Now, your boy has made it to the top, to the upper echelons, to the king of games. And with these new powers, new cards and abilities, he shall rule at the top as number one. But before I go to Japan and leave my dank secrets behind, I shall reveal them here in this video. Prepare yourselves for the dankest deck that Dan has built, rivaling even the dankest powers of the Suck. Learn the true strength of the ultimate super rare that everyone is sleeping on. The dankest beast, Anteater. Eating Ant! So the first thing I want to say is, like I told you boys, I made it up to King of Games. Obviously, that was the point of that whole intro. Fuck, that was a long ass intro. But I did make it all the way up here to King of Games, and I know you boys have been waiting for this and been anticipating this and wondering what I'm going to use to conquer this janky ass system. So before I even go into it, I start to talk about and discuss the decks I use, the strategies I use, the cards I use. I wanted to look, I did this thing, I don't even have my glasses on. I wanted to just voice my opinions about some things. So as you can see here, King of Games, I defeated Etika for my King of Games match, and he was quite salty. I do want to just point some stuff out here. So basically, I went through here, and you see I had the one loss here to this Legend Rank 3 guy. I think this one particular loss, I made a misplay, or I did something dumb. But this deck is pretty much like, I mean, it pretty much defeats every single opponent that I've played thus far with it. I've only lost a couple games here or there, and when I did lose a game prior to these going to the King of Games match, I will switch to my Ninja deck, which has a couple of variants that I use coming up this climb. Now also, I want to tell you guys a rule that I have for myself that I've never really talked about before. So last month, after the rules were changed in the King of Games and they added that legend tier, I had to kind of go and expand on what my original rules was. And in case you didn't know what Dan's King of Games rules are, basically it goes something like this. Whenever I go in for King of Games or any type of high ranking system in Duel Links, I basically want to make sure that I use a different deck every time. So the last ranking, I guess before King of Games, so previously it was Platinum 3, I think, or Platinum 5, I don't really remember. And then you roll that right into King of Games. So Platinum is when I'm quote unquote serious. So now rolling up to here, Legend is when I'm quote unquote serious. And while I'm in Platinum, for at least the last 2 months, like this one and the last one, I do a lot of practice duels in Platinum. People always ask me about my cumulative victories. My cumulative victories are 400, not because I sat in rank trying to hit King of Games. You know, you do know that I make YouTube videos, right? I do a lot of practice in my King of Games thing. And because I don't do like a guns blazing-esque stream daily, you won't see every single duel. So most of these duels are practice duels because I tried to practice in casual, but ever since they made those changes, it's like casual is just terrible. Like casual is cancer. Not saying like people are playing ridiculous stuff. I mean, people are quitting the game. Like you'll go right into a casual match and they'll just end the match. Or you'll start the casual match and you got whatever player that they don't like. Let's say you got Weevil and they're sick of playing Weevil, instantly disconnect. Like, so it's a lot of that going on in casual. So I can't test play brand new decks I want to bring to you guys for videos in casual. So I test play it in ranked, which I know might sound dumb, but I mean, hey, it's the only place you can really test play. If you want to be strong against the meta specifically, which is my goal, is to make rogue decks that are strong against the meta. So this particular deck, I don't know. Could you call it rogue? I don't know. It is a handless combo deck, but the handless combo is significantly different from Decay's handless combo because during the qualifiers, his handless combo only had one of the Fierce Knights, and then of course he was using Storm with Tornado and etc. But now that we've had new cards and new things added, we can have brand new combos. So I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to talk about this rank thing, and I also want to talk about how pretty much once you get to legend rank, it's all luck. It doesn't matter, like skill does not matter in legend rank, because by the time you get to legend rank, you just think about it like this. People that used to go to King of Games went to are now going to legend rank. And now that you're in freaking legend rank, you have to win like this. Like if you don't win like this, you can't go king of games, right? So it's luck, because sometimes you can just get tilted. Like I think I got tilted here. Like either I got tilted or I made a dumb play mistake or something. But you're gonna lose a game or two. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna take an L at some point. But it's just luck, man. Honestly, when it comes down to it. And when people leave like snarky comments like clearly Dan isn't a strong duelist. If you just look at his game, clearly he's not a good duelist, because I mean he's just sitting in legend rank. I mean I'm in gold and I ain't shit, but he's sitting in legend rank. Look how bad he sucks. I see a couple of those comments and it's just how stupid that comment is. It's mind-boggling. But regardless, this is the results of the August struggle for King of Games. So let's talk about the deck, because I know you guys saw those videos and I showed you those duels, and I want to go a deep dive into this deck. So the key to this deck is the synergy between this card, Big Bang Shot. If you don't know what this card does, you should get very familiar with it, especially for this video. Alright, Big Bang Shot. The equipped monster gains 400 attack. The equipped monster attacks a defense monster. If the equipped monster attacks a defense monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. Okay? See how that's read? If the equipped monster attacks a defense position monster, period. Well, not period, but like it's a comma there, but I'm saying like period. Like if it attacks a defense, you get what I'm saying. Inflict piercing damage to your opponent. So that means if I equip a Big Bang Shot to your monster and I activate stray lambs and you attack my stray lambs, then you'll take the D. Now that doesn't happen. You don't get a chance to do that a lot. Like that's like you're in a desperate situation, you play that, your top deck mode, maybe you'll survive. But that's just a good to know, not necessarily what we use it for. When this card leaves the field, banish the equipped monster. That is why we use this card. We use this card for the piercing, and we use this card for the last effect when it leaves the field to banish a monster. As you saw, we use that combo with the Anteater-eating Ant. Now, if you have never seen this card before, or you have missed one of my ninja deck profiles, then I'm gonna give you an update. This card can only be special summon, cannot be normal summon. It can only be special summon by sending 2 speller traps from the field to the grave, and while he's face up on the field, you can use his effect to destroy 1 spell trap on the field, face down or face up, doesn't matter. And if you do, he can't attack. 2000 level 5, yeah, 2000 level 5, 500 defense, earth insect. It's absolutely disgusting. Now we use this card because it has extreme synergy with this card, Big Bang Shot, because obviously we can play this on an opponent's monster, get this card removed from the field, banish the opponent's monster, and remove 1 more card that we have and summon the Anteater-eating Ant. It all happens at the same time and is glorious. Now you might think like I'm not taking a -1 to summon that ant. Boy, you know we don't -1 around here, not at all. We don't do that. So we're gonna activate the gateway to go right to chaos, which allows us to search our deck for one of our 2 Swift Gaias. Now, when we have a Swift Gaia searched and we have an opponent's monster equipped, we offer up the gateway and the Bang Shot. We offer them both as tribute. They're gone. And we summon the Anteater-eating Beast. Now, there's no minuses involved with that. And when you get this man out, you've already taken one of your opponent's spells, and then you're going to use your ability. I'm sorry, you already took one of your opponent's monsters. Then you're going to use your ability to take away a spell or trap. That means that you're going to take 2 cards from your opponent, and it costs you nothing. It will actually only cost you 1 card to play this. Then, when the field is clear, you're gonna use you're gonna set your cards, of course, and summon the beast and get in there with 2,300 points of damage. Now that's not all for the combos for the Big Bang Shot. We can still use Big Bang Shot and Storm. We can still use Big Bang Shot and equip it to any of these powerful monsters and run right through the defense, as you saw I did many a times. That's actually a big reason why I got a lot of victories, was that I was able to equip Big Bang Shot at a critical moment and deal lethal damage. Now, we're running 2 Wonder Balloons. The reason why we need these 2 Wonder Balloons in here is because every now and again, when the forces of Konami is moving against you, you get the brickiest of hands. And sometimes you get 1 or 2 cheering the mages and 2 of these. If that happens, you're finished. So you're gonna have to use the Wonder Balloons to get that stuff right out of your hand. Plus, after you do that and your opponent sets cards face down and goes out of their way to defend themselves because Wonder Balloons has weakened their monsters, it's the perfect time to get rid of Wonder Balloons to summon the Anteater eating beast. It's disgusting. Then we're also using this card called Chiron the Mage. Now you don't have to use this card. I use this card because it is the perfect synergy. It is the peak synergy for this deck. This card says once per turn, discard 1 spell card and target 1 spell trap your opponent controls, destroy it. Destroy it. Get it out of here. It doesn't need to exist. Now this card is disgusting. You know why? Because we got a lot of ammo for it. So we're running basically 5 Gaia the Fierce Knights in this deck, basically. So we're going to use the Gateway of Chaos to fuel the monster and discard it to destroy back row. We're also going to use Wonder Balloons, discarded to destroy the back row. And we're definitely going to use Storm, because Storm requires 1 extra card to destroy back row. Putting it through Chiron makes Storm basically MST. So it's the perfect card for perfect synergy. If you don't have Chiron the Mage, I would say use a Flash Assailant. Always is great. 2000, can't beat it. And maybe if you wanted to just screw with the back row, you could possibly use Sergeant Electro. But I think Chiron the Mage is the perfect pick, the best card you can do. Now, why are we using Restart for this deck? We're using Restart for this deck instead of Balance or any other ability, because as long as you start with any 1 monster and a few and the Gateway to Chaos, you have a good hand. When you saw this video starting and you saw that very first duel, the very first duel showed you a hand of, I think it was 2 Chiron the Mages, a Gaia, and an Anteater eating ant. That is the worst hand I've ever had. That hand is the most terrible hand that I've had in this entire game. That was the brickiest hand. And with that hand, I still was able to pull out a victory against the Naturias, and you know how they get in there. So this deck was absolutely disgusting. I felt like this deck was pretty damn near unstoppable, but this is not the first time that I've made it to King of Games, and this is why I think the system is broken. Because this isn't the first time I've made it to King of Games, to my King of Games rank up match. I've made it here many times and lost the final match. Like, I won like 9 to 10 games in a row, and I lost my rank up match, and then after that I got tilted out of the entire thing. So this is why I'm saying it's not based on skill, it's based on luck. It's just luck. And anyone who has already made King of Games, and you got to King of Games because you tilted people with tunes or you tilted people with ice barriers, that's not skill. You're playing an auto win deck. Like ice barriers, you're gonna get your ice barrier card unless your opponent outplays you, which most opponents have to outplay because, you know, it's ice barriers or it's tunes. So either they have exactly what they need to answer or they don't and they lose. And is that Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah, but you shouldn't criticize anybody ever on the internet if you went to King of Games and all you used was some tunes, some Taya Burn, or something that you were lucky enough to not brick with and was lucky enough to get 10 wins. That doesn't mean that you're a quote-unquote good player. That just means that you know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. So I mean, I just really think that's annoying, because I do see that sometimes in the comment section of people talking shit to other people in the comments, and I know for a goddamn fact that y'all was playing some bullshit to get where you was. So I mean, it's just irritating, because there's a lot of people who are actually trying to get through, and they're stuck in gold or whatever, and they're trying to use a unique deck, and they don't want to use that, basically those auto win decks. There is a level, like for me, when I play Yu-Gi-Oh, I feel like if I'm not using a different deck, if I'm not playing something that is contrary to what everyone else is playing, then I feel like I should, you know, I should just be playing something else. And if I'm just auto winning out here, like for example, this deck, I've played it, I went to King of Games, I'll probably play a few matches with it, and after that it's retired. Next season I'll have to play something else. That's just how I like to do it. Sorry I had to stand on that soapbox, because I had to say that. Now let's get out of this deck, and I'm talking to you about my secondary deck, because I believe that if you're gonna try to climb, you're gonna need to switch between a couple of decks. Now this is the Real Ninja Arts deck. Now you might look at this deck and think that, boy, you are crazy. This deck is dumb. Yes, it is dumb, because it's extremely effective. Now you didn't see a duel with this deck, because this deck I only pulled out if I got tilted twice. Now how do you get, now I didn't get tilted for my last like 9 duels, as you saw, but previous to those last 9 duels, I was getting tilted like every 2 or 3 duels, maybe every 4 duels. Like I would just get tilted hard because I got, I don't know, a brick, or my opponent opened with tune everything, and in a deck that runs nothing but back row destruction, I didn't draw a single card to destroy back row. Like that's just like dumb shit like that happening. But that's why I bring this deck in, because this deck is so fundamentally different from the handless combo deck that I feel like it's impossible to brick me the same way twice. That's my logic. So try to find yourself 2 decks that function differently, and then I think that'll be your best way to climb and win. Now let's talk about this deck here. It mainly runs around using Ninjutsu Art of Transformation and Ninjutsu Art of Duplication. Now we use duplication in here because duplication can allow you to summon sometimes up to like 3 monsters. So for example, if you have let's say you have somebody like a level 8 or 7 on the field, you can summon a 4 and a 3, or if you had an 8, you could summon a 4 or 3 and a 1 from duplication, or if you have a level 4, you can just summon a 3 and a 1, which is what I do. So when we have dupe on the field after we've attacked or did whatever we've done, and if we don't have transformation, we're gonna duplicate to pull 2 ninjas out of the deck from any level 4, which is fantastic because you're gonna get 1 armored ninja and you're gonna get 1 lady ninja thick yai. Now lady ninja thick yai says discard a wind monster from the hand, bounce all your opponent's spell or traps. Now the reason why this card is good is because you're running 3 of these air armored ninjas, and these air armored ninjas are disgusting because they are level 4s that can go to level 3, and with transformation they can be at 6, which is just big enough for Red Dragon. So that's excellent because now we have a line, we have 5 monsters that can alter their level, which are Flame Ninja and the Air Ninja. But not only that, we have a means of removing our opponent's back row with the greatest of ease. So this card and this card combined is back row obliteration. Then on top of that, after you duplicate, now you have an extra monster. So that now you're gonna have an extra monster to tribute for your red ninja, or you're gonna have an extra monster to transform, or you're gonna have an extra monster to duplicate again. Now you might be wondering, where is that Anteater, boy? Why'd you take him out? I took the Anteater out because when it came to this deck, I needed this deck to stop decks like Red Odds, and I needed this deck to stop a couple other things, and Anteater slowed me down in a few critical situations. So I decided to take out Anteater and the Big Bang shots, and I added in the 3 of these ninjutsu art of duplications. Now what I had in before when I played Anteater, I'll show you. We take out these dupes, or maybe I had 2 and 2, I don't really remember. But the key is to take out any 3 spell traps. You know, you can have 2 and 2 or 3 and 2. And me personally, I prefer to just run 3 transformation, because the main goal for the Anteater build is to make sure that you can summon Red Dragon and follow it up with Anteater for game. Now, we're gonna put in 3 of the big bang shots. So you're gonna use big bang shots in the jutsu and then in jutsu, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and take out, actually we don't need these anymore, because now we're using the other one. So we're gonna put this up, and we're gonna take these yais out, because, you know, now we're not using the other thing. So now we're gonna take out the yais. So actually, I did run both. I ran dupe and I ran transformation. All right, so put those in. So now you got the line of 3 and the line of 3. Now it's up to you to put in any 2 other, oops, I already got it up. Any 2 other level 4 ninjas, because you need to, the critical thing is having a level 4 ninja, right? So we've already got in pretty much, let's see, we got in Sasuke, we've got in the red ninja, and I would go here. You can either go in like 1, or you can go in 2 of these or 2 of these, or whatever you want to do. But if you put them in like that and run it with balance, you'll get 2 and 2. And if you get 2 spells, oh, I'm sorry, I totally forgot. We don't do that. I'm tripping. That's not what we do. I totally forgot. The whole purpose of telling you that was to show you I don't run 2 level 4s. I run dummy. I run 2 Anteaters. I don't see how I forgot that. Okay, listen. So we run 2 Anteaters. Now you might be wondering, like, how do you have enough ninjas in the grave for your red ninja, and how, you know, are you gonna like I guess you manage his effect? So basically, don't forget Red Dragon Ninja's ability. You can banish one of these jutsu cards. So if you get rid of a jutsu card, you can use the ability to put something on top. Same with the same with like Anteater. So basically, you're gonna activate the Big Bang Shot, equip it to opponent's monster, get rid of the Big Bang Shot, and you're face down in jutsu art, summon the Anteater. But you got to remember, and do not forget, if you get rid of the ninjutsu art and the monster is still on the field that you summon for the ninjutsu card, that monster will be destroyed. So make sure that if you use the duplication, you use the transformation, then you sack the duplication and not the transformation. You get what I'm saying? Good. All right, now I feel like I've sufficiently explained these decks and told you guys everything I know. Now that I've won 9 games in a row, I feel the great powers of a tilt coming on. So we're gonna tempt fate yet again for 3 more duels to see, well, 2 or 3 more duels. Wow, this is actually going pretty long. We're gonna tempt fate with 2 to 3 more duels and get in there and see if we can just get a couple more W's with this deck and not just fade away into darkness. Now that we are, of course, a king of games. And also, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting these videos. I really appreciate it. When you're watching this, I may be in Japan already, but probably not if this goes up on Friday, because I'm going to Japan on Saturday. So I can't wait to get there and tell you guys all about it when I get back. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped and excited. So I don't like how this started with the Wonder Balloons and this guy, but with the combo, and I'm going first too, so I'm gonna actually be a pain in the ass. I'm gonna summon and Cheering the Mage, activate Wonder Balloons, discard a Wonder Balloons. So let's do it, because this is a similar hand that I had in a previous duel, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. If I can pull into the Gateway of Chaos, excellent top deck. Follow that up with an Anteater, delicious. So let's see what happens here, boys. The first duel. Now, something else I wanted to point out too, I got tilted every time I would get to that final match or whatever in King of Games, and I would say, you know what, I'm about to turn the record button on. Every time I would hit record, I would get tilted. Oh wow, okay, so that's funny. So maybe he's got like Soul Exchange or something. That's interesting, actually. They always put in those like little random fusions on the side just to be assholes. It's always hilarious.
You're like, oh wow, he's got Toon rollback. Wow. So he might have, well, he's not gonna have game if he just got Toon Dark Magician Girl. I'll still be alive, and I'll still have something to fight with. It depends on how many of those protection things he has. We know at least one of those is rollback, one of those is Dark Magician Girl. Oh, well, maybe none of them are that card, because now you're gonna sack that, summon Dark Magician Girl. Oh, Toon Summon Skull. Okay. Oh, well, clearly no back row. Nothing to stop me, so let's go ahead and just get his guts. Cheering the Mage ability activates. I'll drop this and I'll destroy that. See you later. Let's go over there and get him. So when he sets that monster face down, we'll give him the big bang shot from hell and send him packing. Yeah. It seems I still have Cheering the Mage. Irreplaceable card. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's my favorite card. Like one of the favorite cards in this deck. Do you need 3? Yes. You do need 3, my boys. So that's 1. Ooh, and it says FB. I'm not sure what that is. FB Japanese characters. So now, second duel. Let's see what's happening with this second duel. Yes. It says YTDan DF, and it's cool that it's in red because you're in King of Games. That's actually kind of cool. This is the first King of Games that I've received since the changes. They made the changes last month. I did not hit it. They made the changes this month, and well, they made changes last month. I didn't hit it, and this month I did hit it. I put more, and to be fair, I put more effort in trying to climb this time. Last time I was kind of just playing, and I was trying to just get through and do what I need to do. I almost hit no by accident, but this time I actually put forth some effort and some brain power behind it. Alright, so still a great hand. Cheering the Mage, setting the card, and in turn. Now, it'll be funny. Well, it'll depend on what he gets. We'll see what happens. When people see that, they kind of be thinking like, bruh. Oh, another Toon deck. Another Toon deck. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Or maybe it's not a Toon deck. Maybe it's oh no, it's a Toon deck. Yeah, it's a Toon deck for sure. All right, so the Toon Kingdoms. I'm counting on you, darling. I special summon a monster. I'm counting on you, darling. Toon Dark Magician Girl. Wow, Toon rollback. Wow. Well, he had Toon rollback, so he got me. Attack directly. What is he waiting on? This is what I'm talking about. It's like you're playing stuff like this, even at King of Games level, where the duels don't even matter. People need to, I guess, feel good about themselves by playing Toon Tilt at King of Games level. Wow. But anyway, wow. Okay, and then hey, you know what? I'm holding off because I've been waiting here all this time, and I have not had a disconnect for like almost 10. Actually, for 10 games, for sure, I did not have a disconnect for 10 games. So if that's my one disconnect, I'll goddamn take it. So I guess I'll have to take an L on that because, of course, I was defeated by Toon Tilt, One Tongue Kyuru, Miraculous Hand. So clearly, like I said before, that's how you get tilted out of becoming King of Games. That's how you get, you know, and that's what basically makes rank a joke, because you got decks like that exist that you can just one-shot people and no one gets to play cards. Depends on who went first or second. If he went first, I would have been able to destroy him. but because I went first, I lost. That's my point. That's why I said that this is bullshit and not worth it. And more than likely, I'm probably going to have a different strategy and plan on how I plan on making videos, because making it on King of Games and glorifying the rank mode, I don't think that that's good or worth advertising. And I really feel like, honestly, if they don't do something about at least the connectivity issues, at least, then it's always going to be cancer. So I hope they fix it. I really, really do. But I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Run this video up long, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys later, and I'll see you when I get back from the ancient land of waifu.
All the time.